It's time! Hey guys, welcome to 123stitch.com's first ever stitch-along video. Now before we start, let's go ahead and go over everything that we'll be using for this, just in case you missed our introduction video. So we picked Sugar Stitch's Holiday Sweethearts, super cute little chart, only 61 by 61 stitches. It calls for 32 count gingerbread Belfast, however, I'm a little bit blind, so I picked the 14 count version. We do have this in a few other counts as well if you would like to do something else. We also have the called for DMC that we'll be using here, and that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and go over what we'll be doing week by week now. Okay, week 1, we'll be stitching most of the white. We'll be going over the border all the way around there and the snowflakes as well. Week 2, we'll be going over the holly and berries that are along the top and the bottom, as well as the larger berries that are on both sides of the cookies. Week 3 will be the cookies themselves, both of these little hearts here, super cute. Week 4, we'll be stitching the little candy pieces here, and the best for last, backstitching, unless you're like me and you really don't enjoy doing that. There's a little bit of backstitching in the holly up here and down at the bottom, and then a little bit in the wording and around the berries and candy. If you're interested in finishing this project, we won't be going over that during our stitch along, but we will have a separate Crafting 101 video for you later on. Are you ready to stitch? Let's go! Before we start, I've got my project ready to go in an 11 by 11 Q-snap. You can use whatever you are more comfortable with though, whether that's a hoop, a scroll frame, or stitching in hand. That is totally up to you. So I've got my needle and I'm going to start in the top right corner, so that's going to be the white thread. Let's go. I'm going to loop start from the front as well, so I'm not struggling trying to do the loop through the back. You can just leave a little piece hanging out there. We just pull that this way, like so. Slide it through the loop. Make that a little tight. And then you can slide your needle back through the first hole there and pop. It goes to the back. And then just keep going. Now, if you like to start your threads in a different spot, that is totally up to you. If you like your crosses going from the top left to the bottom right, you can do whatever you prefer. I'm just going stitch by stitch here, but if you want to do your stitches in a different method, that's totally fine. I do apologize if my head gets in the way. Sometimes I can't see the holes too well. If you do have a little twist in your threads, you can just drop it real quick and then pick it back up and it should unwind itself. That'll help you with any knotting that you might be having going on as well. Yeah, if you want your threads to look a little neater too, you can use a laying tool. We do have those on our website. And I'll just keep going stitch by stitch until I finish the border. Then I'll move on to the 6 snowflakes. Oopsies, missed this one over here. That's fine, we'll just run back over here real quick and not a problem. See, it's your project. You can do whatever you like. If you miss a stitch, that's okay. And then we'll just go back over here real quick. Now I'm getting close to playing a thread chicken right now. I'll probably end with this cross here. And then I'll tie it off. Just keep stitching until you finish the border and the 6 snowflakes, and I will see you at the end of the week. And time for the reveal! Whoops, let me align it with the pattern that way. Here we go. Ta-da! This week we did the super cute white scalloped border. It's got little dots in there. Just be careful when you're stitching the snowflakes because these two here are aligned and these two are, but these two are not, so that almost threw me off a little bit. So make sure you count a few times before you put your stitches in. Now, I've stitched this all in one go. If you don't have time to stitch it all in one sitting, that is completely okay. You can stitch at your own pace, whether you want to do that and, break it up over a couple days, or maybe if you can't finish it all in the first week, just stitch at your own pace, whatever works best for you. Remember, there's no wrong way to stitch. unless you put something in the wrong spot and then you have to frog. However you stitch, just have fun doing it. Happy stitching! See you next week.